Oh, what is happening, everybody? Hope everybody can hear me okay. Saying howdy. Been a couple of weeks since I've been on because I've been out doing other stuff, but to be back. Hopefully, everybody else will be entertained with this episode of the live stream. But we've got a couple things to go over today. Not a whole lot, but hopefully enough to keep y'all entertained and show you what I've been doing in the background. But you guys have been chatting for a while here, so let me get to the usuals and get some shout outs to the people who have already been here. So, dang, that's big. Let's change that up a little bit. Okay, there we go. So, get some shout outs to the people that were here already because I see that people were here early. Mr. Duck Sauce FPV was the first one here, so thank you for showing up so bright and early. But he's a member as well, so if you guys have any questions about memberships or supporting the channel or anything, take a look at the description below. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and then take a look at the merch. I'm gonna end up displaying the merch on the screen here in a little bit once I figure out how to do it. But take a look at that and shout out whoever else is here. So Mr. Victor's RC Jets is here. Mr. Slapnuts is here. Mr. Pete Lane is here. CVO Hobo is here. Flying Times. Victor RC Jets. The Fred Barron. Mr. Jeff and Laura Alabama. Andy Cho. Welcome back home. Randy Huffins is here. Who else? Flying Times. I see you too. I think that might. Oh, Mr. Hanger 51. I can't forget Mr. Kenny. What's up, Kenny? Who else? Still looking. Snow River RC is here as well. So cool. Issues. Yeah, connection. I haven't had any this time, but if there are any issues, let me know. Mr. Mike Bird, what's up with you? Thanks for being here. Mr. Paul McNeil. Paul McNeil's always asking about flyovers. I haven't had many, but we did have a C-17 over the weekend. Made 2 trips, and then today surprised me. An MV-22 flew over. For friends on Facebook, I posted it there. Wiggle Fingers RC is here. I haven't seen you here before, but thanks for being here either way. And yes, Kenny, you did get hacked on Facebook. Started tagging me in random-ish. Who else? See who else is there. I think that's pretty much it for now. But what's up to everybody? Thank you all for being here. I'm not going to drag it on out again today, but I am going to show you some cool stuff. Hopefully you think it's cool. Getting started on my LEDs on other planes. Still doing the burners, but I'm also going to be doing some different LEDs on different planes. I have one plane that's got a crap ton of LEDs, and I've just added some more to it. That's the one that you saw in the picture on the opening screen. But so if we can, let's just ask a few questions, and then other than that, we will get. What's everybody congratulating CVO retired today? Well, congrats to you, Mr. CVO Hobo. How long were you working wherever you were working? How long was it? Oh, and Andy. So yeah, so it's probably doing a bay tour. So what happened was it flew over me, flew over Moffett, and then went straight over Palo Alto and was going up to San Francisco. So it's probably doing a bay tour. It took off in a Tascadero. Not a task. I think it is. I don't know, but it took off somewhere down there. Probably just doing a bay tour. If you look at the picture on my site, on my Facebook page, you can see that the back door was open. But there's somebody riding back there. So yeah. So anyway, if y'all got any questions, now is the time for that. And if I can, I plan to fly this weekend, and I plan to fly jets this weekend. So I do plan on getting out to the field, depending upon the weather. Hopefully, it's going to behave. We had some weird weather here the last weekend, But it was the same one. So let's see. We just got to check the weather real quick and see what's going to happen for this weekend. But I would like to go flying. If I do, I'm going to do a live while I'm out there. But we had rain over the weekend. We had that crazy tropical storm that came in to SoCal and burned up some stuff. Not burned up, flooded some stuff over the weekend, and then we got the residual of rain, humid weather, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it was actually warmer here than it was in Livermore today. That's crazy. Let's see what it says. It's daily. It shouldn't be that bad this weekend. Should be good. It says it'll be 90 degrees or less. So yeah, I'm going to be flying out there, and I'll have my dual camera set up, do some multiple angle live streaming for golden hour, hopefully. And I got two cameras that I can set up for that if I don't use up all my memory before I get there. So whoever else just showed up, what's up with y'all? Mr. Andy Lachey, what's happening? Anthony Lachey, what's happening? So yeah, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and feel free to ask your questions real quick, and then we don't have a whole lot, then we'll just get right into what it is we're going to be doing. So I don't know if you guys read the description of this video, but the FMS had a live stream last week. I think it was Thursday, and they had two mystery boxes that they put up for sale, and they were basically there were two sites. Not two sites. There are two different mystery boxes, two aviation-oriented mystery boxes, and then two surface-oriented mystery boxes. So I got one of the mystery boxes for one of the mystery boxes for the aviation. I got the smaller of the two. So that's what I'm going to be opening today. I'm not paying attention to the markings on the outside because I don't know if that actually corresponds with what's inside. So I'm just going to open it up and we're going to see, and then we'll see what it is that I got. I had ordered some ESCs for that as well, but they didn't have them in stock, so they're going to send them at a different time. But yeah, so it looks like we've been talking online. Dexos has been doing his freewing F-35 80mm swap, like what I had done with mine, and he's going to be doing FPV with his, so that should be cool. So yeah, it should be good. And he's using the setup that I had planned to use, which is the newer 36mm freewing or the X-Fly motor. But yeah, so anyway, should be cool. But I have too many freaking things to do. I've got that little Lippis P15 to finish up. I have the whole bunch of LED projects to get done. I have the FMS planes to finish. I have to finish putting the lights on the D18. I have to get it flown. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Wild Bill, what's up? How you doing? So if y'all got questions, ask away. Because if you don't, I'm going to have to skip and get on back over to the stuff that I have planned. So I'll show you guys my I'm going to show you guys the the LED project on my Dynam Cessna, and then I will also show you what's in the mystery box. Not even going to hint as to what it might be. I'm going to open it up. Y'all can see. But yeah, so. So anyway, and let me know if there's any weird camera stuff going on. because I will adjust if need be. But yeah, so any questions, ask away. If not, we'll Oh, wait a minute. How did I miss that? Thank you, Mr. Randy Huffins. I didn't know you did that. And yes, we definitely do spend money on Miss Daisy and her offspring that are terrorizing the yard. But yeah, thank you, sir. Very much appreciate it. Super chats are not required, but they are appreciated. So thank you. We've actually fed Miss Daisy quite a bit today. She showed up early this morning and then has come by and knocked on the door several times. So it's kind of cool. Her kids are annoying. I have to squirt them with the spray bottles to get them into whip them into shape because they irritate the crap out of me. She's actually very very polite with the way she asks for food, so it's nice. Her kids, on the other hand, are just complete idiots and will terrorize everything until they get our attention. And so I've had to get a squirt bottle and let them know when they do right or wrong, and they've actually been paying attention. So they jump on the screen the wrong way, they get sprayed. On a day like today, they like it though because it's hot. So, but Daisy, she's always nice about it. She'll hop on the screen nicely and look in the window. And if we don't do anything, she'll hop on the ledge there and look in the window. But anyway, pretty funny. But thank you, Mr. Randy. Much appreciated. You've always been a big supporter, and I appreciate it. Through all that weirdness of the beginning of this whole thing, helping me get up to over 1,000 subscribers, and I'm slowly but surely creeping up towards 2,000. So thanks to all of you that have helped. More specifically, Mr. Randy Huffins at this point. So thank you, Randy. Anyway, so Paul McNeil, I haven't seen one yet. I'm almost positive I can because it's not totally a UMX size. I have to try something with burners for that size plane, but I'm pretty sure I probably can. It's just a matter of weight and getting things right. I think I could probably do it. I'm pretty sure I can. But here's the issue. I don't know if anything that I do would mess with the telemetry or any of that other stuff because I don't know if they've got any of the batteries, or it'd have to, there has to be a different way to do it. I'm thinking about it. So if somebody gets one and they're willing to let me experiment with some stuff and try some stuff out, hit me up and I'll let y'all know. So Mr. Anthony Lachey says he's looking to run the XFly and the F-18. I saw you change it. I have a 32 millimeter in there now, although it's better than stock. Yes, so that's something that I've talked about, I think. The XFly, the original XFly in that plane was a huge improvement over stock. Big time improvement over stock. I mean, the plane flew significantly better. And was able to get quite a bit more flight time out of it because you don't need to fly around blasting around at full throttle like you used, 60 to 80% like you used to. But if I was able to fly mine around 25 to 40% and still have plenty of power. But when you open it up, the thing really moves. But when I did change it, I've only got maybe 5-6 flights on it with the new 36 millimeter XFly, but it's a huge difference. I had a couple people notice that used to have older plane, used to have the older setup, and the camera will be back on in a minute. The plane takes off and just rockets up like crazy. So it's perfect. The new XFly uses less amps because it's a bigger motor, so it's not pushed as hard. But It should be good. I have video I haven't posted yet, but I will post of the plane flying with the new setup. But it does make a pretty significant difference. Takeoff and climb out is even more impressive than it was with the regular X-Fly, which already was good, but it's even better. And Mr. Fred Barron, there he is again, dropping a PayPal. Thank you, my friend. Much appreciated. I just saw it pop up on my phone right now. Thank you, sir. Always been a supporter, and it is appreciated. Don't think it's not being appreciated at all. So let's see. Another person we got here. Recommend an upgrade EDF for freewing F-16 V270. You know, that plane is pretty dang perfect out of the box. There's not a whole lot you can do to make it any better. If you're using the original inrunner, it's perfect for the plane. You don't need to do anything else, because there aren't many other fans out there that are going to be more powerful. There is a setup that might work just a tad better just for thrust, may not be for speed, but the one that I used to use with mine was an XRP 14 blade with 2200 kV. And that actually helped quite a bit with thrust. It didn't help a whole lot with speed, but it did a lot with thrust. But with the new stock in-runner setup, that's perfect. There's really not a whole lot you can do. The foam plane, and it's really draggy. So you might gain a little bit. Sorry. You might be gaining a little bit with, a little bit of thrust, but it may not be all that much. So it's pretty good out of the box. Play with the CG a little bit. If you add bigger batteries, it makes a big difference. A really big difference if you put a bigger battery. Even if you're just looking for sound, the what do you call it? The JP fan is really good. If you're just looking for sound and thrust, the JP fan is good, but it's heavy. So there is a new X-Fly out there, a 30 millimeter motor, 1900 kV. I'm not sure if that would be much of a step up, but it would be quieter and maybe a little bit lighter. So there's a couple things, but I don't know if I'd really change it. To be honest, it's pretty good as it is. You put a burner in it. One of my burners would look cool. But do you have any motor suggestions for the FMS Refail 80 millimeter? Stock seems to suck. Yes. Okay, so did you ever add the cones? Because there are different exhaust cones you can add that will help. That helps, number one. But number two, change to the new FMS setup, which is a 2000 kV 36 millimeter motor. Actually, the same X-Fly motor would work too that we were just talking about. Mr. Killer Planes, what's up? How are you? Thanks for being here, my friend. So yeah, take a look at that. You could probably use the FMS 2000 kV as a drop-in. It's a bigger motor, lower kV, but it's going to give you more RPMs. And then also you could try the even for an even bigger jump up, the X-Fly 2300 kV 36 millimeter motor. That'll work too. I've used that fan. It's been pretty good. I'm probably going to use that fan in the Refail when I get it together. These exhausts are for the Refail too, by the way. But the Refail is the nozzles help more than anything, and then it requires less throttle once you do get the nozzles put in. So putting the nozzles on would help. So yeah, guys, it's the I have been thinking about getting some LEDs in that new SR71. I just don't know what because I know they have smart, safe, and all that other stuff in there. I just don't know if I'm going to be messing with systems. So if there's a way to do it, I know that mine, when you plug it into the balance port, that it does some weird stuff. There are other ways to do it. So there's ways that I can do it. But anybody with the SR71 that would like to help me experiment, let me know. And you can help me, and I can help you. So let me know. So I hope that answered questions. And also, at Wiggle Fingers. So yeah, so the freewing bird is pretty good out of the box with the new end runner. You don't really need to do much. So the only thing I would suggest, which most people don't realize, that plane can fit a really large battery, because it's pretty much, the battery position is right on the CG. I was able to fit a 6200 in mine, and my old 6200 was heavy, and I have a new 7200 that would go in there and it would fly it even better. So perfect. Try bigger batteries. It seems a little weird, but you can actually do a lot with that plane with the bigger battery. Just move that CG, put the battery in as far as it'll go, far back as it'll go, and you'll be amazed at what it can do with that bigger battery. Anyway, what time is it? So I don't want to take too long, but I do want to get set up for other stuff so I can show you guys a couple. So Wiggle Fingers, that 7200 I'm talking about is a Sokokin. It's a pretty small 7200. It's the size of a 6000, but it is actually 7200. They say 100C. It's not 100C, but you don't need it for that plane anyway because it's going to be a low draw. Sokokin 7200. Check it out. Those are awesome packs. If you're looking for true C, no, they're not true C, but they are really good for the money, and you can get a lot out of them. The flight times will go through the roof with that little plane. You'll be able to get easily 6 minutes, even if you're flying mostly full throttle. So take a look. But anyway, so we are going to leave the question section right now. I need to go set up my other camera, but I'll turn up the music for a little bit, go set that camera up, and then I'll have those other planes for y'all to see, the mystery plane, and then the old beat up Dynam plane with the cool LEDs for you guys to see. So be right back. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear and see. We're going to get started on that in a minute. I have my tablet to chat. Just let me know if y'all can see that okay and hear me okay. Okay, cool. So we got that set up. We've got my little Cessna here, which is all weirded out, so I can see it. Okay, cool. So, Wiggle Fingers, I need to make you a moderator. Thanks for being here, and for chatting as much as you have. And anybody that hasn't been made a moderator, I think everybody else has. But yeah, so thanks for interacting, Mr. Wiggle Fingers, and you are now a moderator on the channel, which means if when I decide to do another giveaway or something, you will be included in it. So anyway, so got the chat on my tablet. Gonna get this stuff set up so that I could start pulling stuff apart here for y'all. So I haven't looked at anything. This came from FMS. It's not a huge box, but it's a decent size. And it said on the end what it could be. But it did tell me it was a mystery box, so I decided, what the hell? Let me actually see what they leave it as an actual mystery and not figure out what it is until I actually open the thing up. So have not opened it. So put it this way, I ordered it. Well, yeah, I ordered it on a Thursday night, because they had their live stream. Live streams too, which is kind of cool. And it's mainly geared towards surface guys, because their crawlers are just killing it. I'm like, you know what? Why does it keep doing that? I put it on the big view, and it keeps switching. What the heck, man? Leave it on solo. Leave it on solo. So anyway, Killer Planes. What's Denise rubbing on you? She's rubbing stuff. What? Huh? Anyway, so let's see. I think it looks like it was what they said it was on the outside, which is cool. But I'm opening it up anyway, and let's see what we got. You see my flappy feet? Oh what? So there we go. So this is a cheap thing too. This is what? It's $109. So this is actually one I haven't had. I've had quite a few of the 800 millimeter birds. I've had the FW190. I've had the Spitfire that they used to sell a long time ago. I had a P-47, which I put a huge motor in. And that was pretty cool. That plane was actually really fast and fun. So let me see if I can get a different. If I can get a different. Oh, that works. Okay, there you go. So this is it. I'll put it here in front. So it's the FMS, the V2. So that might even mean that it has the new. Let's just look at the outside of the box first. This is a fixed gear plane, so I'm not going to fly it off the gear. I'm going to do a hand launcher. Looks pretty cool. There's the all the specs. They have their own little thing. It's got a 1700 kV motor, a 20 amp ESC. I have a feeling I'm going to be changing that out right away because I don't like the way that they fly stock. Everybody else does because they fly on 2S. But I'm going to Gooniac the thing. I have some motors that I ordered that I had actually ordered for the D18, but most likely some of those motors will work in this little bird. So cool, should be good. So there's the specs: 800 millimeters, 660 millimeters overall length, a 3015 1700 kV motor, 20 amp ESC, 4 9-gram servos. Shows you the reading at where the center of gravity is. So here's the deal with these birds. I never go off of their CG rating because they always make the CG so far back. I almost always move the CG well up to damn near the front of the wing so that they fly right and don't do that weird tail heavy strangeness. So I've flown one of these, but I've never owned one. So this will be cool. So let's open this box and see what's inside of here because we got the exterior open. So we're getting some more props. I have 1100 millimeter birds, and now we've got some a little smaller one to go along with it. This is funny because I was looking at some pictures from Facebook memories showing some of the older planes that I've had, and a lot of the little pocket rocket planes that they used to sell from Hobby King and Banana Hobby, the Fun Fighter series. I had a few of those. It's coming out of the bottom, nothing. Put it here so you guys can see. The plane where your eyes can see. Only certain people will understand that, but you'll get it. So, damn it, why does it keep freaking doing that? Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Keep switching out of solo. Let's get back. So let me check the chat real quick. See what y'all are saying. Yeah, and they do fly a little lethargic on 2S, and then a lot of people just flew them on 3S with the stock motor, and they fly fine. You just might need to upgrade the ESC to do that. Or you can do like I do and upgrade it to fly the way I want it to, which usually means new ESC, new motor, new prop, and get it to fly like an actual Reno racer instead of like a little trainer. Get it to fly with some authority. But let's get this little baby open up so y'all can see what's in here if you ever do decide to get one of these little birds. These used to be sold by Nitroplanes, and they were called by another name. But there's the wing. And look at this, the servos and everything are there already. And there's a spot for the armament right here, right here. Spot for another piece of the armament there. I think that's just for bombs. Servo lead. And this is the mark. This little paint defect right there, but that's not that big a deal. It's a small plane. This is going to be a hand launcher for me. I'm not even going to put the gear on it. Put that aside. Let me know if it's getting weird at all, guys. So there's the manual. Most of the manuals are a little off, so I'm really not going to pay much attention to that. There's the tail feathers. Very simple plane to put together. I put together many of the 800 millimeter size. It's just funny to see how small this little thing is. It's cute though. Look at this, just little extra things that FMS pays attention to. They have little keepers there for the servo connectors. Super simple, super simple. So let's open this up, get in there. It's a decent ESC. I think this might be one of the ESCs that I dislike because you can't change any of the settings, and it's got a JST. This is coming out. That is not going to be in there for very long. There's the motor. They made this motor painted black. It's a decent motor. They're decent. They work okay, but I'm not looking for okay. I'm looking for a rocket. So it's cool that it's got rudder, elevator, ailerons, and throttle. So I think this does come off. Looks like it comes off, so I'll be able to get into that motor. There's a little radial detail. But it's a cool little simple plane. There's no reflex in there. Battery compartments. These I used to fly these at 1550 3s, and I think I have some of those still. Maybe even 1500s. Maybe even a 2200 3s would work in there. But there's that. So let's get down to the bottom. There's the. They did a decent job packing this little bird. Super mini prop, but it is a 4-blade, which is cool. It's nice that there's a 4-blade. Looks like my signal might be a little strange. So let me get back to full out. Sorry if there we go. Okay, so it keeps doing that to me. I don't know why. But let's finish pulling all this other stuff out. So we've got these are the little bombs that go, the little fuel tanks that go underneath. Sorry if it's a little digitized. My signal might be weird. My son's upstairs gaming. But those go right under the wing. Let's set those over there. I think we've got, so this is cool. This is a really cheap little plane. Cheap price-wise. And they've got some decent stuff. So there's the landing gear that slides in onto the wing. But again, I'm not going to use them. I plan for this to be a hand launcher. Oh, what do you know? There's the missiles. So this is a pretty good deal, guys. For $109, you get all this stuff. You get the. I think that's it. That's all the contents of the box. There's the hardware. The hardware for the, and they even painted them. That's cool. So they made them a certain color. The wire connector, the spinner. That's cool. So yeah, good stuff. All there. So I'll get this little thing together. So also let me give you a little added bonus here, because I have some motors that I had ordered for possible upgrades for the D18. So let's take a look. I ordered some rocket motors, and rocket motors have worked really well in this series of plane. That's different. Yeah, okay, so let's take a look. So I actually have a couple motors from Nitro Plane. It's from Hobby Parts that I have used Hobby Parts for a long time. Those are a little too big for what I want to do compared to that. That might be a little too big. But that's one. So let's see what this other one. This other one's quite a bit lighter. Yeah, that's still pretty big too. They're different KVs. So I could probably use them for something else. Let's see. So what's the KV for this one? This one's a 1380 KV. It's a pretty decent sized motor. I don't know if it would fit inside of there. And then this one is a 1035 kV motor. So this could work in other warbirds. I don't know if I'm going to bother using them on this, but I do have some stuff I could use if I so choose. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's a couple more. Oh, and I've got a couple more motors. This is a motor that I've used before on the P-47 version of this plane. So it had a big motor sticking out of the front. It's a 1100 kV. Basically, it's a Bigfoot 10, but it's more than enough for the plane. And I have used a motor like that in one of these before, and it was like a race plane. But I don't plan on doing that with this one. This will be for something else. Probably for the Miss America plane that I have. The Miss America 251. Most likely we'll use it in that. Yeah. So I've got options. But Hobby Parts still does, if you so choose to still try some stuff with them. I'm going to set this, I'll just set it all on top. But I wanted to show you guys the Cessna too before I get going. Just going to throw this all in the box like that for now. And I need to go switch the computer because it went from solo mode to something else again. So, shit, we'll do that. Give me a second. Let me get that stuff straightened out. But now I wanted to show you my Dynam Cessna, which has been around for a long time. This was the first plane that I ever set up for night flying. And it's been, as you can see, there's lots of dirt on it because it used to fly in non-ideal situations. But again, this plane also has one of those rocket motors that I was talking about. So let's see what the dimensions of this. I think this is a 3015. It is a 3015 750 kV motor. That's what I put in this one. And it's a cool plane. It's old and ugly and beat up. We used to fly them on a dirt path over in at the Baylands field that I used to fly at, and I'm actually going to start flying it again. I used to fly it at Rancho. It's been to hell and back. You know, a lot of people talk about my planes and how beat up they are, but you know, if you don't fly your plane and you don't actually use it and keep it immaculate, what fun is that? So this plane has seen better days, but it's also seen a lot of fun times at the other field. So got my radio here. Normally I don't start up prop planes in the house, but I have a throttle cut. My throttle cut will be set before I even power it up. So we're going to It's a bottom feeder, but it's a decent bottom feeder the way that they do it. So let's try to change that. So let's get that battery. Normally on a day like this, I'm just going to let the battery hang. So that's what we're going to do. Turn it around. This thing could look better. The foam, this is a Dynam plane, and you know how Dynam planes are. Normally this was a tricycle gear plane, but for where I flew, tricycle didn't work. So we, actually I was the first one to do it. I went through and I modified it to where it would be a tail dragger, and it totally changed the plane. So I added much bigger Dubro wheels, added a tail wheel. I took the tail wheel from, actually I made the tail wheel. The tail wheel was completely made by me from a piece of wire. So I do it. Okay, so we're going to fix that right now, actually, because I didn't mean to do that. So the throttle cut. It's going to go to negative 100. All right, let's turn this thing off. We're going to give you a safety. Supposed to be negative 100. Turn it on. Okay. Okay. So we're going to try that again. And again, don't do this in your living room or in your house, whatever. I'm doing this because I have it on a stand and I have the radio right here. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted. The throttle cut's on. So we're going to turn it off and we're going to set the throttle first. I'm doing it the dangerous way. Okay. All right, so I have a super simple ESC in here. So that's been set. Now the throttle cut is on. So I've got to go back and change this freaking mode. Why does it keep doing this? All right. So we'll get back to this. I hope this camera's working okay. Is it moving? It is. Okay. So that's been set. Throttle cut is on. Even when throttle cut's off. This plane has original servos with the exception of the flap servos, which are actually going to get changed again because they've ended up breaking. But let's do what I had actually originally planned to do, which was show you the LEDs. So let's do that. So I have set this plane up to do complete darkness night flying. Let me clean this camera a little bit. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's a little better. Okay, so I have it set up for flying in complete darkness, and it does that fairly well. So let's take a little walk around here and look at what I've done. So I have, blue on one side, and I kind of shorted out this one little side when I was soldering in these new. Sorry. Ugh. Good thing iPhones are strong. When I was soldering in this new setup here, I've got these lights on the end that are multicolored. They'll go through all the RGB and change. So I added these to it, and I added that. And when I did that, I shorted out part of the board. But it's been an evolution. When I first started with these, it was just these lights underneath and a couple under the plane like that, right there. But I soon realized that it needed to be much more than just that. So we started adding more. So I added the lights on the wings, and the light on the tail. But even that wasn't enough. So I needed to add these here and then these two pointing forward. Those are the last of them. And then a whole bunch of LEDs on the inside, so that you can, the whole bottom of the plane is illuminated. So you can see it's over somewhere in the neighborhood of 160 LEDs total. And I have them running off of the main battery, which is a 2200. And when I do that, I can still get about 7 to 8 minutes of flying, depending on how I do it. But I have these LEDs, which are kind of cool on the ends there. I'm going to be changing these. Well, maybe not on this plane, but I'll change them on some other planes. On my D-18, I'll put some of these on there. But that is the plane. It totally fell out of this holder. I don't know how it did it or why. Maybe I didn't have it tightened down enough. I've got it back in the holder. And now it's tight. It's not falling out. But anyway, so this is an old, ugly plane. It does fly really well. Doesn't have a gyro. Everything is linear. It's not linear. I have expo in there. But this plane forces you to fly it. It's never the same anytime you fly it. So you've got to be prepared for it to be out. But I always enjoy flying this plane because it forces you to use all the controls. It forces you to do everything right. You've got to use basically every control when you fly this plane. Ailerons, elevator, rudder, you have to do coordinated turns because everything's kind of weird and wonky and on its own. So I have quite a bit of expo in there, and I need it. It works really well. I've repaired the hinges on there. I don't know how many times. As you can see, I had a mid-air with a friend of mine. I think I have a new window. I just need to add it. But this has been a plane I've had since 2009. And it's flown so much. I don't even know how many hours of flights this plane has on it. Because I used to get 15 minutes per flight with the old setup, but it was a dog. So now with the new setup, it's super powerful, lots of thrust. Doesn't have a whole lot of speed, but it has a lot of thrust with that 3-blade and low kV setup. It's 750 kV and 750 kV and a, what size is this prop? I can't remember. It's a master air screw, an 11 by 8 master air screw prop. So, but this is the main thing I wanted. These lights, these are, I just got some new ones in the mail today, which actually flash faster than this, and I'm probably going to use those for guns because they'll flash really quickly, and then once they get out of sequence, it'll look really cool. So, anyway, that's this old bird. She's been around the block a few thousand times, and still a joy to fly. And I got it now that I have it set on my new NX10. It will be ready to keep going on and flying some more. So there's that, and I think it's time to get back switched over to the other camera and then call it quits because we've been up for an hour already. But there you go. So we got the unboxing out of the way, and we also got this look at some of the old stuff that I got. So, all right, guys, we'll be right back because I got to set up my other stuff. Be back shortly. All right, back. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Dylan Eisfelder, what's up with you? Thanks for being here. Mr. Big Chris, what's up? So, Big Chris, if you missed it, that was the Dynam Sky Trainer. They couldn't use the actual name because they didn't get the rights for it. Dynam Sky Trainer, aka Cessna 172. But that plane has been around for a long time. I got it in 2009, and within a couple weeks of having it, I added a whole bunch of LEDs, and then LEDs just kept piling on from there. So, been into the LED thing for a long time. Afterburner stuff started in 2011. So, but the other stuff was going on before that. So anyway, but that's that. Chris, Big Chris, thanks for being here, and tell your dad howdy too. So let me catch up on the chat here. I see Killer Planes was saying some stuff. So yeah, sorry for that phone drop. I didn't mean to do that, but it's an iPhone and it's strong. I have a case on it. So that's good to see. Yeah, Anthony, see, it's not a fast plane stock, but it's not bad either. 1300 3S, 58 miles an hour for a plane that size. That's good. The one that I had, which was a FW190, I got that thing up over 80 miles an hour with the setup that I had, which was a rocket motor with 1500 kV with a 9x75 prop. Or no, not 9x75. It was smaller. No, 7.6. What I'm talking about. 7.6 prop. And it was really good. But yeah, they're great little planes, especially once you get the CG right, because the CG is always wrong. Never put the CG back where they say to. Always move it to the closer to the front of the wing. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. I've got some stuff I need to go do, but I did want to show y'all some of what I've been working on. There's going to be lots more prop plane stuff coming. Those of you that are friends on Facebook or pay attention to the Facebook page, I have to put up the info for the RC Air Show that's going to be here in September, and then another one in October. So keep your eyes open for that. Keep your eyes open for new products coming out, because that stuff's coming. But and thanks to everybody that was here this evening. Thanks for the super chat from both Fred Barron and from Randy Huffins. Thank you guys, and I'm gonna be getting out of here because the AC is off and I'm starting to sweat because it was 96 degrees here today. And thanks to all of you who have been here. Thanks to all the people that just showed up for the first time today. Much appreciated. Tell a friend, share, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I've been trying to do content that people want. Gonna keep on doing that stuff. I'm gonna start doing some actual on plane or in plane type flying, and Andy Cho is gonna help me with some stuff too. So yes, Mr. Fred Barron, here comes the music that you like so much. But I'll be talking to y'all later, and keep your eyes open for videos coming. I have a whole bunch that I haven't published yet, but they're still there. All right, guys, adios.